And as you complete that yogic breath, let's just stretch out the side body a little bit. I don't know how many of you took some yoga classes over the weekend. But if you didn't, you're probably a little more stiff than usual this morning. So let's start with just some side body stretching. Press up and lengthen through your body, and then just take both hands up. Reach up to the ceiling and stretch. Clasp your hands and push your hands away. Take them back just a little bit. Take them forward just a little bit. Push your fingers away from you and just stretch through your arms. Maybe you can pull your belly back and arch a little bit here so you get a good stretch, and then take them up again. Press them up to the ceiling, and then a nice wide stretch up, and keep them going so the arms is as far, your fingertips are reaching as far as they can, and then all the way down. And then inhale up. Exhale, push them straight. Push back a little bit, and then forward a little bit. Bring those shoulders forward, tuck your belly back. Coming back and press up and open all the way. Let's do that one more time. Inhale all the way up. Press and exhale. And then scoot the arms back a little bit and scoot the arms forward a little bit. This time take them all the way down in front of you. Push. Lift up and push. Open all the way. Press those arms out and just take a nice big breath right here. And then release to the floor. Take your right hand up and just breathe in. As you lift it and straighten it, take another big breath in and then exhale over. Keep coming over until you've got that nice long stretch through the right side of your body. One more breath. And then let's do 2 breaths on the other side. So bringing up your left hand for a nice full breath in and exhale over. Reach through your fingertips. Oh, and then exhale down. And then let's come back and do it again. Breathe in. Exhale over. See if you can align your fingertips with your hip so that you know your body's long and straight on that side. And then just reach through your fingertips again. Take a full breath in. Slowly let it out as you come down just a little bit further. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Breath in, breath out. Align your arm and hip. And then breath in and come down. Coming all the way back up. Reach out for a nice big breath here. Take a head to the ceiling and then bring your right hand to your left knee. Exhale all the way. And then let's come back to center. Breath in. Left hand to right knee. Exhale and twist. And let's do it again. Reach out and twist. Reach out and twist. And let's come back and do some arms and shoulders right here. So I want you to just loosen up your shoulders by taking them forward, up, back, and down. Just 2 or 3 times. And then reverse that, go the opposite direction. Relax the shoulders, bring your arms out to the side and press away. As you press your arms towards the walls, you have to press so hard that you feel like you're holding up the wall. And then just take some circles with your arms, really slow and deliberate, as you take them slowly into bigger and bigger circles. Keep the arms all the way outstretched and just move around again and again. And eventually you're going to come to that space where you're doing your full range of motion. Your hands are coming back as far as they can, up and forward, and do that one more time, full big range of motion. And then reverse it. Take those arms and reverse the circle, same thing, full range of motion for 2 or 3 times. And then as you spiral into smaller and smaller circles, just make sure that you're doing it slowly and deliberately with your fingers pressed all the way so your arms are working hard, as are your shoulders. And then press your hands away again. Press the walls away. Fingertips to the ceiling and then fingertips to the floor. And fingertips to the ceiling, press. Fingertips to the floor. One more time, press away, bring them down. Now bring your hands back and just make a really tight fist. And then open your fingers, spread them really wide, just wide as you can. And then a fist, and then spread wide, and a fist, and spread wide. And then bring your hands back, relax your shoulders. Lift and lengthen, take a nice big breath. And then let's just take a forward fold and we'll start making our way up. But lift up nice and tall and fold so that you're just folding at the hips. As you fold at the hips, your body shouldn't change shape, just the hips. Right? So from here, I want you to just keep folding, folding. You can take your hands forward, but lift and lengthen. Here, the back of your head and your sacrum are aligned. Don't round down, lift up, breathe in, fold a little further. Ooh, feel those hips warm up. Let's take one more breath here. Lift and lengthen, and then fold down. And then bringing your hands back and switching your legs. Whatever was folded in front is going to be in the back now. Take another, press up and breathe in. And fold. And do that 2 more times. A nice lift and keep that back as straight as you can, all the way forward. Last breath. And then walk it back. Tuck your feet underneath. Let's come up on your hands and knees. And as you do, make sure that you align yourself in your table. Spread your fingers wide and evenly. Knees are right under hips. Lengthen through your arms and then lengthen through your back. So if you push your hips back a little bit and bring your crown forward a little bit, you'll have a nice long spine with some space in between your vertebrae, and then it's cat-cow. Inhale the head and hips up, relax your belly, let it droop down towards the floor, and then pull it up towards your spine, arch up, look back at your legs and just take a nice arch. And then you're going to continue to do that with your breath, making sure the inhale comes all the way in as you come into cow. Exhale it to empty as you go into cat. And then keep going, inhaling and exhaling. Let's do one more. Complete cat and cow, or cow and cat, however you started. Coming back to neutral, press your arms into the floor, make sure your back is still long, take a nice big breath, and look over your right shoulder. All the way back to your right foot, extend the left side of your rib cage out. And then as you come back and move to the other side, keep your hips right over your knees and just let the rib cage open. So stretching and getting some space in between each rib, and then back. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, look right. Stretch all the way as you completely exhale. And then come on back. Let's do it one more time, looking left. Making your way back to the center, pressing the floor away and lengthening lengthening everything, arms and back. And then your hip circles, dropping your hips to your feet and over to one side and forward and then to the other side. This too just helps you sink into your practice. So inhale and exhale in whatever way works with the movement you're making. And take 3 or 4 more. And then the next time you come down to your heels, reverse that circle, go the opposite direction. Keep the breath really coordinated with the movement. One more time around on this side. Making your way back, let's take a nice wide-legged child's pose. Bring your knees out to the edge of your mat. Bring your toes to touch. Lengthen through the spine, bringing your hips as close to your heels as you can. Gently move your hands into a comfortable and soft place. Don't stretch, just drop. Let your head come down. Remember, if your head doesn't touch the floor, put your hands underneath or block. Keep some pressure on your third eye. Take 2 yogic breaths. As you begin to release that last breath, you're going to come back up into a tabletop. Press the floor away. Scoot your hips back. There you are in that really strong table. Take another moment in table. And just breathe in and breathe out. And then curl your toes under. Let's make our way up to a downward facing dog. So push the floor away. Shift your shoulders back. Lift your belly. Press up. Take a little moment here to stretch. One heel goes down and the other heel goes down so you can really feel the backs of your legs starting to warm up. Then let's do both heels. So scoop your hips up towards the ceiling a little bit. Drop your heels towards the floor. Stretch out your hamstrings. Oh. And then bring your knees back down to the floor. Take your knees wide, bring your toes back to touch, and this child's pose will stretch. So each time you inhale, walk your fingers forward. So breathe in and just come all the way long. And then do that for 2 more breaths. Inhale, walk your fingers forward. As you exhale, scoot your hips back and down and back and down. So making your spine as long as you can and making your arms as long as you can. So really working your arms all the way forward. Walk your hands over to the right, keeping your head on the floor so they only can go so far, right? And then just bring your left side to a big stretch. See if you can push the top of your left foot and left shin into the floor, and then move your hip backwards and move your fingertips forward. So really just take a long stretch on the left side. And then come back to the center and take a long stretch. Reach forward, scoot back, and reach forward and scoot back. And then you're going to take your hands over to the left and work the right side of your body, pushing the top of your right foot, shin, and then reach back with the hip, reach forward with the fingertips and stretch that side out. Make your way back to the middle, stretch long. Bring your hands into prayer and up over your head. So as you do that, you're going to get a stretch in the back of your arms and into your shoulders. So hands right over your head, elbows walk forward, hips stretch back. And make your way back to table. Take a nice moment to press the floor away, lengthen your back, and then let's do some salutation this morning. We'll start with just a stretch. So bring your left hand out as far as you can. Bring your right foot back as far as you can. And remember, this right foot's going to stretch back straight. You're going to press through the heel, so flex your foot, but don't bring it up. You're going to just come straight back from your body. And then switch. Bring your right hand forward, press your left leg back and stretch. And then we'll go back to the first side. So left hand, right leg. You're going to take a full breath as you stretch long. Exhale, bring your left elbow to your left thigh. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Lift and tighten your belly towards your spine, and then let's do it again. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, bring it in. All the way to empty as you squeeze that belly, and then inhale. Exhale, slowly coming forward, working those abs all the way to tight, and we've got one more. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, bring it in. And inhale, stretch. Exhale, hand and knee to the floor. Square up your table, let your shoulders get strong and straight again, and then we'll do the other side, bringing out the right hand and the left leg. Stretch long and breathe in. Exhale, that right elbow to the right thigh, left knee to left elbow, whoosh, belly to spine and tighten, and go again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, slowly and deliberately pulling it in, tightening that core. You've got one more. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, bring it in. Tighten it up. Stretch it out. And tabletop. Pause and straighten. Curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Get yourself into a nice down dog. Lengthen the back of your legs, dropping your heels. Shift your hips back a little bit, tighten up your belly. And then walk your feet forward, and you'll come into your first forward fold. As you fold there for a moment, just let your head relax, let your knees be soft. Just soften your body and hang for a moment. And then bend your knees, put your hands right on top of your thighs, press yourself up. Your back stays flat and long the whole time. And shoulders back. Looking down at your feet, let's take a moment here to just perfect your Tadasana. As you bring your fists between your feet, that's about how wide, give or take a little. And then lift up your toes and bring them to the mat. Lift up your heels and bring them to the mat. Sink the soles of your feet into the mat. And then just close your eyes for a moment and let's just work the Tadasana through sensation. As you sink your feet into the floor, notice your ankles supporting you, calves. Knees are soft. If you feel you've locked your knees, unlock them. And then you can just kind of pull your kneecaps up towards, tighten them a little bit. You'll notice that that'll tighten up your quads. You can tighten up your hamstrings, lengthen through your back and tighten up your core. Feel your abdominal muscles pull back. Shoulders roll back. Hands relax, so the shoulders to fingers soften. Lift your crown up just a little bit. Soften your face. Breathe. Take another yogic breath here. Feel it just move all the way through your body. Pause right here for an intention for your practice. Bring your hands to your heart and open your eyes. Right, as we just go through this very gentle practice, just make sure you're working the best you can into connecting your body, your breath, and your mind. So let's do that now with 3 sun salutes. Inhale, reach up. As you bring your hands up over your head, stretch them up and lengthen your body. Press your hands together. Exhale. Keep exhaling as you bring your hands all the way to the floor for a soft and gentle forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands onto your shins. Scoop your hips back. Bring your crown forward and lengthen your spine. Exhale, you're going to bring your hands to the floor. Inhale, you're going to bring your hands wide and come all the way up. Stretch them up again, lift, and exhale to your heart. We'll do 2 more just like that. Just thinking about the breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, come up to halfway. Stretch long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Lift and exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Lift up and exhale. And then stepping to the top of your mat, we'll do the same thing with some psoas stretching. If you have blocks or books, something that you'd like to put under your hands, that's sometimes helpful. But we'll do it in a more flowing fashion so that you don't really need them, right? You use them if you need to. Inhale, reach up. Lift up. Exhale to the floor. As you bring your hands to the floor, gaze forward. Let's take your right leg back and drop your right knee on the floor. Make sure your knee is behind your hip so that you should already feel a stretch in your psoas. Scoot that left foot forward so that your ankle and your knee are aligned and your shins perpendicular to the floor. Lift your head up and gaze forward. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your left knee forward. And you'll feel that good stretch in the front of your hip on the right side. Pause right here. And then a second big breath. Exhale, take your knee forward a little bit more, just reaching that left knee forward and stretching out your hip. We're going to do it one more time. Breathe in and forward. And now we're going to rock back and forth. So you're going to come back and stretch out your left hamstring. Just a little stretch here and then forward. And back. As you stretch out the hamstring this time, lift and lengthen. Bring your toes back and deepen it. And we'll do it one more time. Rock forward. Rock back. Rock forward. You're now going to bring your right knee up off the floor and your right foot forward to meet your left. Forward fold. Inhale, reach up, come all the way up, stretch, and exhale. And we'll do the other side. Inhale up, come all the way down, gaze forward, bring your left leg back, drop your left knee. Same thing on this side, make sure this foot's aligned, or your leg, knee over ankle, and then scoot that left knee back. Press up, and let's just work on your left psoas. So the right knee is going to come forward, and that hip is going to stretch. And then inhale, you're going to exhale it forward just a little bit more. Deepen the stretch in that left hip. And then one more time, breathe in and stretch. and come back for a hamstring on the right leg. Lift up and fold so your back stays straight. Come forward, stretch the hip. Rock back, stretch the hamstring. This time you're gonna stretch up, fold deeper, and bring the toes back for just a little bit more of a stretch. And then one last time. And come on back. And walking all the way through this, bringing your weight to that right foot, left knee comes up, left foot comes forward. Inhale, come on up. Reach up. And exhale. And then let's just pause for a moment, recall your intention. Just breathe. One more of those. Nice, full, deep breath. As you exhale, just notice the soles of your feet connect with the center of the earth. And then let's take a little warrior two. So start again with the right leg coming back. Bring that right leg back. Turn your right foot to be parallel to the end of your mat and bend your right knee. Open that knee a little bit, or open your foot a little bit. I want you to feel some good stretch on the inside of your left leg. And then align your knee right over your ankle, and your hips are even, right? So don't tip them, bring them to even, and drop into that, and bring your hands up until you feel your side bodies even out. Now take a full breath in, exhale, warrior two. Take a nice gaze over the left middle finger, and take two big yogic breaths here. Full breath in and out. And one more like that. And then a little exalted warrior. With your left hand up, reaching towards the ceiling, and your right hand sliding down your leg. Notice whether you've come out of your lunge. Keep that warrior two posture on the legs, and take one more breath. Inhale, bring that left hand up. Exhale, bring it back. Stretch out the rib cage. Just feel the muscles from under your arm all the way down. And then come back. Take another breath here. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your knee, bring your foot forward so both feet are facing the edge of your mat. Lift your hips up a little bit, take a nice long stretch. Feel your hips to shoulders lengthen, hands to the floor. Pause here for that deep breath. As you scoot your hips back and crown forward, lift the back body. So your breath is just going to lift your back up towards the ceiling for 2 breaths. Push the floor away so your arms are strong. One more. Just take one more breath into that back body. Bend your knees. Put your hands on your thighs. Press up. Take your shoulders back and turn your right foot out. Align the left one at the back. Now will be the top of your mat. If you open your toes towards the right side of your mat, and drop down, and again, you're looking for some good stretch on the inside of your right thigh. Even the hips, lengthen the side body, breathe in, exhale, warrior two. 2 breaths now, looking through and over that right middle finger. And then right hand up, left hand down, and the same thing. I want you to really notice the rib cage on the right side as you lift up with an inhale. Exhale, take your left hand down your leg a little bit. Take 2 breaths like that. Lifting up with the inhale, exhaling back. Keeping the lunge deep. And coming back to your warrior. And hands to your hips, straighten your knee. We're going to take it forward one more time. So looking towards the side of your mat. If you have lower back issues, if you just turn your heels out a little bit and bring your toes in, you'll release some of that pressure. But also put your hands on your hips right now, and then just lift a little. You can just feel them come up off of that femur, and then you come forward. Gives you a little bit more room. As you get your hands on the floor, scoot your hips back, bring your crown forward, get a little bit more. A little bit of space in those hips and a long spine will just add some depth to your fold. So moving your feet out just a little bit if that works for you. Let's pause here for 2 breaths again. Just press the floor away, lengthen your body, breathe in and breathe out. And then walk your hands over to your right foot. Put your right hand on your foot, put your left hand on top of that. Press through your left foot and just stretch the side. And then walk your hands back. As you come back through the middle, just keep going. Put your left hand on your left foot, bring your right hand across. Take a good stretch down the right side. Come back to the center. Heel toe in if you scoot it out. Bend your knees, put your hands on your thighs, press yourself up. Take your shoulders back, bring your feet together, come into Tadasana. Right? Take a little moment to just sink in again. Close your eyes for a moment, recall your intention. As you open your eyes, bring your hands to your heart and just breathe. From here, we'll move into some balancing postures. So we'll start on the left foot. Just take some time to secure the foot. Toes lift up and spread out. The bottom of your foot spreads out. You've got a nice strong leg, but the knee is not locked again. And then you're going to bring that right leg up and externally rotate it. And then you find the spot that works for you. Instead of moving up and maybe making it more than you usually do, back down a little bit today. So if you bring your leg up usually to your thigh, let's bring it to your calf. And if you're on your calf, let's bring it to the floor. Sink that left foot into the floor. Lift and lengthen. Make sure your knee's not tight, and then do something about that core. It's a nice lift and lengthen, shoulders back, crown lifts up, hands to heart. As you gaze at your drishti and take one more breath, and you should now just begin to feel very steady, sturdy and steady. And then there's some of you that are going to want to bring your hands up. Some of you might want to leave your hands right at your heart. Keep your steady gaze and take 2 more breaths here. And hands to your heart and foot to the floor. Connect both feet. And then when you're ready, shift your weight to the right foot and bring the left leg up. Same thing, take it down a notch for the first one. And then we'll do another one. So once again, softening the standing knee. Keeping your eyes steady on that drishti. Get a nice steady breath. And as you begin to feel that sensation of just steady, sturdy, the rest is up to you. If you want to bring your hands up, do. Standing leg is strong. Take another breath. And come on down. Knee comes forward, back to Tadasana. And here's your chance to take it up a notch, right? So from Tadasana, you're going to shift your weight back to the left foot. Take that leg up and out. And if you're going to bring it up, you're at home, so there's walls all around, right? You can touch the wall. You can come here. If you're usually on the floor, come to here. Your hips are even, and your hands are at your heart, and you're just going to pause for 2 breaths. And then a nice, gentle return to the floor. Pause in Tadasana for a breath. Shift to the right, and take another tree. Keep that right foot really solidly onto the floor. Two breaths. And come on now. Take a couple breaths here. Then we're going to come back into a downward facing dog. Once again, I can't see you. So those of you that don't want to do it don't have to. If you step to the back of your mat though, hands down, 1 foot forward, hands down, foot back, and just stretch out again. Now start with your fingertips and open your hands wide. So your fingers are spread wide. Push your body back. The further your hips are away from your fingertips, the more weight goes into your legs and less into your arms and shoulders. And keep your Tadasana space between your feet, maybe even a little bit more if that's more comfortable, and begin to drop your heels to the floor. Push a little bit more into your hands till you lengthen your back. Now tighten your belly, so lift your belly and then roll your shoulders around. You're going to just kind of bring those shoulders towards the floor. And then let's pause here for 2 breaths in your perfect down dog. And bring your knees to the floor. Let's stay up on our knees here for a second. So come all the way up. Turn again towards the side of your mat so you can keep the length. And let's take your left leg out to the side. So your right knee is right under your right hip. Bring your hands up over your head. Open them nice and wide. And just bring that right hand over and down and open. So the left fingertips reach up, the right hand presses in. You've got your hip opening, your side body is open. So your shoulder, hip, and ankle are all aligned, and your hands are at 6 and 12. Open up that side body for 1 more breath here. And then lifting up through the left hand, you're going to come all the way up. Pause in the middle, and then reach to the left and come over on this side. 6 and 12 with the hands, really open up the right side. And back to the center, and the left knee comes under. Come back up and stretch open. Take the right leg out. 1 more big breath, open. Drop the left hand. Reach up with the right and open. And come up. And then reach over and come to the other side. The right hand comes down, the left up. And come on up. and open, and then bring both hands towards the top of your mat. Come back into tabletop for a second. Lengthen your back. Open your knees, toes to touch, child's pose. As you relax your hands and bring your forehead to the floor, take 2 yogic breaths. And then bring your hands back underneath. Let's bring your knees together. So those of you who know Lorene, this is Lorene's move, right? We call this a Lorene. She doesn't let her face be on there. It's just a big L. So let's make a big L. Reach up with your fingertips and lengthen through your body. Just take your arms as long as you can. Tighten up your belly. And then we're going to come forward and come into a tortoise, which is just fingers on the floor. And your head drops down between your arms. Rocking forward onto your hands, come forward. You can stay in a nice posture with your knees on the floor, or you can lift your knees up and come into an up dog. As you bring your knees down, you're going to bring your arms back by your feet and come into a child's pose. So let's do that with our breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, tortoise. Inhale, cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale, child's pose. Knees together, arms reach all the way around back to your feet. Take it down. Inhale up on your knees. Exhale, tortoise. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, child's pose. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, tortoise. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, child's pose. Coming back up onto your knees, keep your right knee on the floor and bring your left foot forward. As you come into this posture, you're pretty square. The left knee or the right knee's under the hip, and your left shin's perpendicular. I want you to just bring your hands up now and bring them back. Feel the stretch in your right leg and psoas again. And come back. Bring your hands to the floor. Bring your right knee up. Bring your left foot back. Let's take a plank for a minute. Take your knees down if you'd like. And then bring your left knee to the floor. Bring your right foot forward. Bring your hands up, stretch back. Work that left hip, quad. And one more plank. Hands to the floor, right foot back. Now, choose what you want to do here. So you can really press back and take a full plank, right? Push the floor away so your shoulders are strong, your arms are strong, your belly's pulled nice and tightly up against your spine. You can also bring your knees to the floor. You're still gaining strength. Let's do one more breath here. And then as you bring your knees down, we'll come all the way down on your belly. So forearms on the floor, come all the way down. As you come down right here, bring your hands forward and put your forehead on the floor. then bring your hands back to your side. Let the palms be lifted, or palms towards the ceiling. Chin is on the floor. We're just gonna walk both hands back a little bit and gently, gently take your chest up off the floor and then release it back down. And then do it again. Just slowly and gently, chin comes up, chest comes up. As much strength as you have in your lower back, you're gonna lift, just peel the chest up off the floor and then come on back down. Stretch your right toes back to the back of your mat and lift your leg up. So really just pressing through the toes and lifting and tightening up that leg from all the way up through your glutes and then back down. Then the other side, point your left toes back and pull and lift and pull and lift until you get a nice stretch and a nice tightening in your glutes all the way down your leg and back down. Now let's do both. Point all your toes towards the bottom of your mat and lift your legs. Your chin can still be on the floor. We'll add our chest in a minute. Just take your legs up and then bring them down. Keep your chin on the floor here for a minute. Wiggle back and forth and relax your back and your glutes and your legs. And then put it together. Reach back with your fingertips and up with your toes and take a nice little alligator pose. Release down and put your left cheek on the floor. And bring your chin back to the floor. And then the same thing, you're gonna lift and lift. Pull the toes back or push the toes back. Lift and peel that chest up. Let's hold it for another second here. Really reach. And as you come down, the left cheek's coming to the floor. And hands under your shoulders. And as you press up, just walk your knees forward and take a child's pose where your knees are together. You're dropping your hips down as close to your heels, round down and stretch your back. And come on up. As you come into a tabletop, just walk your knees forward. Let's come into a seated posture. Cross-legged. Bringing yourself up and getting nice and straight here, and then right into some Baddha Konasana, right? We'll just slide your feet, soles of your feet together. Press your feet together. And keep pressing until the pressure tightens up your abdominals. So push and lengthen, push and lengthen. When you get settled, take a nice big breath in and slowly begin to let your knees drop towards the floor. And here's that place where you can really practice your Triputi. Lift and lengthen, take a nice big breath in, close your eyes and see if you can use your breath. So a nice full exhale, focus on the inner thighs as you drop your knees to the floor, towards the floor. We'll go easy on you, right? One more breath. Let it down easy. And then, as you come out, I want you to bring your hands around your legs so you can bring your knees up and extend your feet forward right into Dandasana. Your heels are going to come towards the top of the mat and your body's going to come long, right? So bring your hands down beside your body so that when you push up, it's up and long. And you can just pause here for a breath. And then those of you that have a strap or liked, if you found something around the house that works, right? A belt. I always like your belt off your robe, right? If you have one of those, because that's soft. And then lift up and fold. If you don't have one, you're going to work a little harder at keeping your back straight. If you've got a belt or a strap at home, you can use that to kind of help you keep your back straight. So if you pull on it, it'll lengthen your spine, right? It'll keep it up. If you don't have the strap, then you're going to really use some abdominal strength to fold. Pull your toes back and just take another breath right here. Heels forward, toes back. Let's lift for one more little fold. Deepen, deepen, deepen. The back stays long. And then walk your hands back up. Take your right foot out to the edge of the mat. And bring your left leg in and fold so that your foot's right on your thigh. And then I want you to bring your right hip back a little bit and left hip forward. And you just kind of tilt your hips a little in the direction of your right leg. And then we'll do the same thing. You're going to lift up and fold, reaching for that foot or the ankle, whatever it is. If you have a strap, you can do the same thing. As you pull back, it lengthens your back. But the idea is to just get as much length in the back of that right thigh as you can. And as you take another breath and lift up and pull down a little bit more. And then you can either stay just like that with that long flat back, or some of you might want to just lift way up, tuck your chin to your chest and bring your head towards your knee. And just take a couple breaths in that deep stretch. And then let's come on out and come back into Dandasana. So both legs are straight ahead. So you're going to even up your hips a little bit and then breathe in and fold. Keeping the back long, reaching for the feet, bringing your nose towards your toes for one more breath. Lift up and fold. And then walk your hands back. You're going to take your left leg towards the edge and your right foot's going to come in. And then the right hip goes a little forward and the left hip back. Because again, you want to just bring your hips so that they angle a little bit towards your outstretched leg. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. We're going to lift really long and fold. Bringing yourself as close to your maximum stretch. And then we'll use 2 more breaths to get all the way to the end, right? So you're going to bring your toes back, lift up, fold for the second time. Pause here. And you've got one more time to lift up really long, fold deeply. And then come on back. We didn't do that part if you want to fold down. So those of you that feel the need, go back and bring your head to your knee. And then come on back. All right, we're going all the way onto your backs. So through Dandasana to stretch up and lengthen, and then bend your knees and bring your knees up to your chest and just wrap your arms around your legs and rock back and forth for a second. And then we'll add a few little stretches here and some ab work. So once you're in this position with your knees up, let's stretch your piriformis by bringing your left leg onto your right thigh and bringing that right thigh back towards you. Your arms can go through the figure 4, wrap around that right leg and begin to pull back. You should start to feel the stretch deep in your glutes, right? It's beyond the glute muscles, deep down by your, deep around the bones. And each subsequent breath brings you just a little, the knee a little closer, and the stretch a little deeper. And then there are the options of bringing this left foot down your leg just a little bit more, and your right knee out to the edge of your mat, towards the right, a little bit more. You'll feel it deep in the stretch. Take another breath, and just let the breath float all the way out. Get that stretch as deep as you can. Hold it for a breath. And switch legs. So bringing your right leg onto your left thigh, wrapping your arms around that left thigh. And the same thing, you inch it back for a few breaths and just really begin to feel the deep stretch. And then just take the extra effort if you need to, right? The right foot comes down a little bit and the left knee goes out a little bit. You'll really feel it deepen. So let's take a full breath. Exhale. Ooh, get it all the way to stretched. Pause there and take another breath. And release your feet to the floor. As you release your feet to the floor, take your feet wide, right? You should feel your feet on the edges of your mat. And then both feet, or both knees, sorry, are gonna go to the left. As you drop them over to the left, get a stretch in your right psoas, and you'll feel it move down into your thigh, right? Which is where the psoas connects. So really drop your knees over. And then I want you to lift your right hip up off the floor. Just bring it up a little bit more. You'll feel that stretch deepen. And then drop your hip, rock your knees over to the right, stretch the psoas, feel it go down into your thigh. And then you can take your left hip up off the floor, press into that stretch. And let's do both sides again. Coming through the center and taking both knees over to the left. The right hip comes up. And one more time. Keep those feet wide, knees go over to the right. Left hip comes up off the floor. And coming back to center. Walking your feet together, bringing them up to your chest. Squeeze down and rock. Release and relax your back. And then wrap both arms all the way around. See if you can grab opposite elbows and squeeze down. Keep your arms wrapped around your left knee towards the shin or almost towards the ankle. Extend your right leg all the way to the floor. Pull down so you get a squeeze and you're really taking some pressure into your abdominals with your thigh connected to your torso. Push it down and squeeze. If you're pinching your hip, move your hands down towards your ankle a little further. Don't pinch your hip, just squeeze your belly.
and then switch. Bring the right knee up, extend the left. Let's just squeeze on the other side. Down towards the ankle if you feel it in your hip. I just want you to squeeze your belly. And then a little bit of abdominal because we haven't done that, right? So I want you to put your hands on your thighs. So you're just going to bring your thighs up. Your legs are at a 90-degree angle. Your hands are going to come onto your thighs. You're going to push into your thighs as you push your thighs into your hands. So really squeeze. Squeeze and push, squeeze and push. Feel your belly just tighten up, tighten up. Oh, try not to arch your back up off the floor. Release. Breathe in, exhale, squeeze, push it away. Ah. And we're going to do that one more time. Breathe in and exhale as you push, and then just hold that for a couple of breaths. Ah, now here's the tricky part. Bring your right hand over your head, extend your left leg, and bring them back together. Extend your left arm, left leg, and bring them back, and right arm and right leg, and bring them back. And the other side. So you're on the left, you're on the right, you're on the left, you're on the right, and there you go. Bring your legs back up to this 90-degree angle. Take your arms out to the side. Take a nice big breath and bring your knees over to the right. Just long enough till you can feel your side body, so your obliques tighten up, and then bring them back up. And then take them over to the left. So the right side of your body's tightening up. Oh, and bring it up. Got one more, let's do two more. Over to the right. And up. Over to the left. And up. One more time. Over to the right. And up. And over to the left. And up. Wrap your arms around, just gently this time. Rock back and forth and around. And let's just bring your feet gently to the floor. And then if you have something, a book, a block, a pillow, your hands, you're going to bring them underneath your sacrum, bring your knees to your chest and your feet up. You're going to drop your chin slightly towards your chest, relax your shoulders to the floor. Ah, just breathe.
As you hold yourself in this posture, see if you can release and relax the breath a little bit. As your shoulders release and your belly soft, your legs are gently held there by just the posture. It's where you switch the energy from putting out and working on your yoga to accepting that gift that yoga can give you, right? Take a nice breath or two. And then just notice that the breath is only moving into your chest. So slowing the breath down a little bit. And then releasing yourself into Savasana. Right? taking whatever it is, bring your feet to the floor, take whatever it is out from under, and then flop yourself down into the best little resting space you can. Let your feet flop open if they will. Hands come down to the side, palms up. Remember again, you're also are still trying to release those shoulders to the floor. The chin moves a little towards the chest, and then let your head get heavy. See if you can release and relax your scalp. Then your forehead. Notice the third eye. Bring your awareness to that space between your brows and take a breath. And then release the forehead. Relax the space around your temples and eyes, cheeks and jaw. Your neck relaxes, the collarbones, the shoulders, the arms, and the hands. Your chest, your belly, the upper back, lower back, hips. Relax your thighs, knees, shins, calves, ankles, and feet, the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, and your toes. Let your awareness come back to the breath. Again, it's going to be that soft and gentle chest breath. Slowly and gently bringing your awareness back. Wiggle your toes, your fingers. Rock your head from side to side. Deepen your breath. Take that nice big yogic breath in and let it all out. As your breath comes to empty, bring your knees up to your chest, rock over onto your right side. Bring yourself into a really nice little embryo pose. Pull your knees up tight, round your back. Take a moment to remember the intention that you set. Slowly and gently begin to press yourself up to seated. Finding that seat, just be there for a moment. Right? Just wiggle your hips in, cross your legs, and then just notice. Notice the sides of your feet on the floor, legs if they're touching. Sits bones wiggle down in, spine lengthens, shoulders go back. Close your eyes and take 2 yogic breaths. And let's complete the practice today with one big, beautiful Om. You're all unmuted. So I can hear some of those Oms as you say it, right? So bring yourself back. Take a full breath in. Just reach up and breathe in and breathe in and breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale to chant. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
Thanks, Dana.
Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
The dogs are calling.
Yeah.
Bye, Dana.
Bye.
Thank you so much for including us. Thank you so much. This is wonderful. Thank you.
Right.
Yes.
Whose dog is? Hi, Charles.
Hello.
Hi, you big white fluffy dog.
He's shaking up the yoga.
Hi, Tom.
Dave says that was easy.
Good.
I kept saying this is supposed to be low yoga.
Oh, is that you, Jimmy?
Yeah. No, it's up there. I'm
Nice,
here.
nice to see you. Or Big J.
That's Big J.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day, you guys. Ah, thank you.
Great to see you.
You soon. I'll be back on Wednesday.
I'll be here on Tuesday.
I'm teaching tomorrow a stretching class at noontime, so look for that. It's a nice long stretch.
And not too hard. You can
Not too
do it. I promise.
That's on Wednesday?
Tomorrow, Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday noon, yes.
I'll put a little note out again because we have a little confusion over the number.
Cool. Thanks, Dana.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys.